Tick tock, the end is consistently drawing closer, and there may be no district to stow away any surprisingly. Further, what we dreaded has abroad occurred, leaving outcome that is making our existence deteriorate. Just before our eyes, the shining, purple, very monster star Betelgeuse has abroad stayed detonated. The wildly expected boundless impact has spread out, subverting the force of our environment and announcing the appearance of a staggering first light for humankind. In any case, what evidence did experts reveal that set off them to uncover up at this affirmation how unimaginable might scarab juice at any point shine inside the night sky, with the exception of it detonates should this effect cause the obliteration of our planet crews nearby, with us inside the gift video as we investigate the impulsive subtleties of threatening systems smash nowadays. Detonated, and something upsetting occurs for quite a while. Betelgeuse has saved its radiant significance inside the night sky, enchanting spectators from the earth. Perhaps the purple Goliath star does witchcraft with its dumbfounding look that pathways without question. Everyone knows that Betelgeuse is an undeniable individual from the restrictive class of stars that emanate splendidly enough, so we may be ready to see it coordinated inside the with social affair of Orion. This purple very monster whiz is the 10th most extraordinary splendid big name inside the evening sky, allowing all people to see the cost in its bronze orange range. One enrapturing contains about ghastly crawly juice is that it is one of the 3 stars that make up the frigidity triangle asterism, which moreover imprints the point of convergence of the colder season hexagon from the very outset of January. Consistently noxious modified juice should be evident moving inside the east after a short time sunset. When it gets to mid-September and directly down to mid-walk, the genius is apparent as well, everything considered in each invol locale on Earth adjacent to Antarctica, so on a normal day when light imparts farewell to the Earth and the evening's absence of definition sets an understanding. Betelgeuse is possible among the pack of stars that embellish the sky, not enduring the way that upsetting crawly juice is vital for the uni. The celebrity is wearing a thick front of secret researchers are locked in through the way that this intriguing star changes in brilliance, a characteristic that has remained with it yet expanded. We will think about this captivating thing that stood apart to analysts and restricted them to fundamentally expect to be around the stopped of the day. They considered clarifications for this amazing characteristic. It just so happens the purple Goliath's moving brilliance may be seen because of its huge size. PC contamination juice isn't your standard mirror as it outmaneuvers its buddies concerning length for occasion, assuming we select to dislodge our sun would bug press the vital mirror, would relax to the space rock belt, besides have a mass that is numerous times that of the sun. Isn't it as bracing as this reality sounds? It isn't persistently anything veered from its other astounding elements. While researchers examined Scarab Press further, they were past shocked to find that it was a lively uber star with an age assessed to be someplace in the extent of 8 and 10 million years. It took some time before the truth of the superstar's age sank into the characters of district experts this is thinking about. They were guessing that the genius ought to be low, more enormously arranged, given its sublime credits showed up contrastingly comparable to our sun, which makes some ordinary memories of 4.6 billion years. Betelgeuse is in its childhood, despite reality that our child spoke above duplicity Jew and age. The red very Goliath compensates for this in uncommon districts. The sum of the all the more so experts have hurried us to comprehend the justification behind its tremendous size. Furthermore, magnificence from research, it becomes found that very monster stars like Scarab eat their atomic fuel and consume, through no time prior to going into a pompous impact to show stars. Like this edition practically from the little we've had the decision to piece by. What's more, huge from clear text evidently, terrifying crawly improvement occurred, basically sooner than humanity's eyes. Bugs and darn stars started at some point or one more inside the past before each individual alive on this planet these days was envisioned other than to get a handle on how experts appeared on the gold that the red Goliath star has detonated. We need to begin from the very starting, essentially the beginning, that we are aware of this prominent excursion will journey from putting directly down to the hints of evidence that experts have found actually to spread out a specific image of what's being referred to. This charming story began in the long run in the 2nd century BC, while Chinese cosmologists unexpectedly followed down a revelation that made them grin under the total of the marvelous evening time sky they had seen in mediocre-looking big name insinuated to as mess with juice, which changed into portrayed by a yellow tone, keeping away from a not many scenes to the accompanying phenomenal genuine second. This leads us to the focal point of the 2nd century, when Greek-Roman stargazer Timmy was charmed with the aid of the overpowering shows of bug pound and portrayed it as orangish or reddish, which stays huge until these days. In like 8 out-of-date onlookers in the Center East had observable a family member view at this union. The request arranging at the front of everybody's brain is the means by which tones were named or seen inside the pass-through and through. We shouldn't pardon that there is a genuine authenticity that scarab juice went through an expansion exchange inside a long time, even more so the Chinese space specialists would maybe have taken note. Trickiness squeeze, however lengthy its yellow, could last the very Goliath degree as years change into various and very long stretch into many years. It is appropriate that the uber star changed into the red very Goliath level that we see these days. Another essential perspective around undesirable little animal juice is that it's far a variable big name, as it appears to change to 2 or 3 cyclic methodologies to going about as a delineation. In December 2011, researchers arranged with careless shock that alarming minimal creature juice's quality had diminished amazingly. Scientists couldn't take movement of the plain truth as their characters went into an ideal timing domain, attempting to search for possible solutions to the peculiarity across the globe. Individuals who had some significant awareness of checking the superstar out could have to see that its greatness had plunged alarmingly, birthing noteworthy issues to them. This alarming occasion provoked to convey that something amazing had come to avoid for the large name in its virtuoso gathering Orion. Regardless, the story sooner than long took a sharp turn, yet a strong one. By mid-2020, the star had fully recovered as its quality presently mirrored its past importance. Realizing about that this is charming change didn't occur without a seconds postpone, it turned out to be consistent as stargazers observed that bug juices wonder transformed into getting again to undertaking true to form with each going through month. A couple of researchers showed up with a hypothesis to understand this unusual occasion, as shown by the speculation it's miles normal that a piece of the virtuoso cycles had coordinated, inciting a critical make a plunge wonder. In any case, when researchers decided to look for the assistance of the Hubble Space Telescope in checking on the extraordinary occasion, the HST made some fortifying at this point, seeing observations from what the Hubble telescope found appears bug juice had taken out in an immense measure the first-rate raised brilliance. This recommends that the red monster big name could move toward the pompous impact stage, and gigantic impact is viewed as one of a sort of occasion, one that could truly progress into the arrangement of encounters Books a limitless dark impact is the strong and sparkling effect of a celeb. From what experts have viewed as up until this point a gaudy impact for the most part happens over the last historic periods of a monstrous star or when a white, more unassuming individual is speedy into wild atomic blend after the technique is started the fundamental thing, which is implied as the keep down, would both damage down into a neutron me, star or darkish starting or be stomach, truly obliterated to shape a subtle cloud the power that will be added, anticipating horrible little animal juice. Where to detonate today is no basic assignment, because it will have a harming influence on the encompassing space. The clear thought of this is enough to get the average at best. Individuals stressed who wouldn't be careful about an impact that could convey a colossal extent of energy. Envision that colossal extent of radiation coming from the most uncomplex one occasion, anticipating that radiation which incorporates gamma beams, X beams, and impacted radiation tracks down its direction to the world's current climate then and around the world. Thriving catastrophe should be introduced. This is on the grounds that specialists have uncovered that this radiation would have the choice to hurt DNA and special cell structures too, apparently causing cell passing and changes in dangerous development. Consequently, it would be for us on the off risk that this radiation never gets to our planet, considering the way that the chance of the potential sicknesses is truly instigating researchers have dependable us that there's not an extraordinary clarification for wariness and that we ought to put our psyches incredibly still. This is at the grounds that the region's air is more huge if ific than shrewd for protecting us from